Silicon Beach. I'm here with Kira Reed. She's with Adler Integrated. And this is part of a series for the Main Street project about pulling community together using technology, using social media, and also using some big players here in Los Angeles that have done some amazing things. And Kira has been part of the revitalization of the Sunset Strip, and that model's kind of been taken here to Santa Monica. So how is it going with this project? I know that you've been working with Gary Gordon with the Santa Monica Business Improvement Association, and also This Moment also has a program, like a software program, that is going to enhance the development of it. And you're also working with all of these local merchants and pulling them all together.
Well, it started with This Moment and the desire to create a platform based around community that would allow people to come together through technology. And there are a lot of ways for people to connect now, but there is no way to actually organize a group for an event where you all have access to the same information and you all have a task, a to-do list, and you know who all of your neighbors are. So Vince from This Moment, the CEO of This Moment, approached Nick Adler and myself, he is the owner of the Roxy and my business partner at Adler Integrated, and asked us to help him come up with a concept for this tool based on what we did with the Sunset Strip. And so we approached it from the perspective of when we were doing what we did 4 or 5 years ago, what tool would have been the best tool for us? So we created something that would have been the most efficient and helpful piece of technology to help us actually organize all of the businesses under one umbrella. 6.5 years ago, I met Nick Adler, the owner of the Roxy Theater on the Sunset Strip. And at the time, the Roxy and the Sunset Strip were in a state of decline. The East Side had taken a lot of traffic away, and it was just not, it wasn't a destination anymore in LA. So I started working with Nick and the Roxy, and we turned it around using social media and building community, but we realized that there's only so much we could do with the Roxy without having the Sunset Strip also on board. So we started reaching out to our neighbors, and the Viper Room and the Comedy Store in particular helped us to form what we ended up calling the Social Strip. It was our way of using what we had at our disposal to build community with people on a street that had been there for 30 years and never spoken to each other. Because that actually became the reason, I think a lot of the reason why the Strip kind of fell into that disarray or started to lose its limelight in LA, is there was no sense of community. Every man for himself. And that was successful while the music and the trend was to be on the Sunset Strip. But as soon as that left, there was nothing to hold it together. So we realized, short of a massive marketing campaign, the only way to do that was to bring neighbors together. When we came to work with Vince, he said, why don't we test this theory out and see if you can make it happen again. And it just so happens that Main Street in Santa Monica is one of the most popular destinations for tourists behind the Sunset Strip. So it was a really great challenge for us to be able to take another district, another neighborhood in LA, and see if we can apply the same thing. So we approached the Business Improvement Association. I went for a meeting there, and it was interesting. They had no idea who I was or why I was there. And the hot topic of conversation was, we don't know how to use Facebook, we don't know how to use Twitter, what is this marketing thing? And I came back to Vince and said, I think they need our help. So I approached them after that meeting and said, this is what we've done and we want to help you here as well. And they, of course, they were thrilled and skeptical. And gave us, lots of good luck and thanks for trying, but we'll see. So the first thing I did is I started attending meetings and getting to know who the important people on the street were, who were the leaders, who were the ones that were participating the most, and worked with them and the PR agency that they've hired, Melrose PR, to start getting their Facebook page and their Twitter page up to snuff. And so the first thing that we had to do was get Main Street squared away.
But a great model for any Main Street,
yes.
Anywhere, really.
Yes.
And probably even a corporate type of model too. It's just a corporation. So this example is, I think it's fantastic how everyone is, and they're all coming together now. This meeting
yes.
today, there were a lot of people that
we had 25 people at the clinic today, and what I realized once we got the Main Street social networks squared away was that we need everybody on the street is at a different level. So you have some people who are on Facebook and Twitter and think they don't need any help. You have others who don't even have a Facebook account. So we needed to get everyone on the same page. We needed to get as many people using Facebook and Twitter properly as possible. And we needed to get them aware of how they can use that to build community, how they can use that to come together to amplify the voice of Main Street. Because everyone succeeds when there is traffic on the street. I started holding clinics once a week at the This Moment office. And we've invited all of the merchants and their employees to come, and we will answer your questions, and we'll teach you how to use the networks properly and teach you how to use it to build community. And a great thing has been happening is that people we're all worked on the street, we all have a common interest, have never met. And they're meeting in these clinics, and they're liking each other, and they're following each other, and they're coming up with ideas and ways to create events that will give them an opportunity to bring more people to the street. And one thing that we're seeing is that with all of the excitement online and the traffic and connections that are happening online, you have to take that offline. You have to give people a real life experience as well if you want to build community. So the deck it was developed by This Moment specifically for brands. So a single brand to use this platform to capture conversation and create a call to action that can be put on any platform. It can be put up on Facebook, it can be put in Twitter, it can be put up on a website, it can be shared with multiple sites at the same time. But it was initially created for a brand. So it's a one identity user. What we're trying to do now is incorporate all of the businesses on Main Street as the single brand. So it's now posted on the Main Street Business Improvement Association's Facebook page. And if you go there, you can see pictures and videos of all of the different businesses on the street. And you will also be able to follow the conversation happening around Main Street and around these stores, all in one place. A community thing. It's not, that's the real distinction with building community, is it isn't, there's a leader and followers. It's everyone working together. But somebody does have to break away and lead. And then someone has to follow, and someone has to follow them. And then before you know it, you have a community.
And sort of this is the approach of teach them how to fish.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I think it's very beneficial that the leader right away did not step up and everyone was kind of looking for information, because this is kind of a grassroots model for anywhere, really.
Yes.
So I think that it's great that you're able to start at just the bottom basic level of where probably I think most people are at, the majority of people probably are at, I think. So I think it's an amazing thing what is going on here. You can follow the story. You can also check out a couple other previous episodes with Gary Gordon as well as Vince at This Moment to talk a little bit deeper about the program that was actually happening. So this has been a fantastic piece on community, probably the best piece we have ever seen on Silicon Beach. And we hope to have you again on the show again real soon, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your help.